e-way bill law and procedure. Also, e-way bill portal walkthrough I'll give you, right? So, if you will see what is e-way bill. So, what we'll discuss is your in detail. When the GST came, the biggest challenge was how do we uh, have a system in place where we are talking about there will be no check post and then goods will move from here and there, one nation, one market, one tax and all. But then how do we actually see that the evasion is not happening? In that case, what government did is they brought a concept called e-way bill. E-way bill means electronic way bill. So we moved out of paper system to a integrated electronic system, and this was not brought immediately in July, but later on this was brought for some time. Each and every state had their own e-way bill mechanism. So now GST law provides for a document called e-way bill, section 138. We'll see. It is generated electronically, right? This is a web-based solution. You need not get a printout also of that e-way bill. You need not take a printout of this e-way bill, right? So this is also required in case I am unregistered. So we'll see the scenarios and the law and the process. We'll see how it operates. Now next, what is the objective of e-way bill? So single e-way bill is required for movement of goods across the country. Earlier what was happening is if I move my goods from one state to other state and it is passing 6 or 7 states, few states had a concept of transit pass. It means you cannot pass through that state without having a transit pass. So this had a problem that in many cases I did not know the law or I do not know the law and I have moved a consignment and the transit pass is not there. So there was issue in all that things. Second is prevention of tax evasion. So in case I have an option of moving the goods without e-way bill, I'll always try to tend to not raise an invoice and then move the goods without invoice and all. But then when the e-way bill is there, there is a chance of tracking. So it's a hassle-free tracking of movement of goods, and verification can also be done easier. So there is no concept of the overwriting in the e-way bill and all. So that all is not there, right? So when the e-way bill is not required, so before we move into requirement and all, let us clarify when the e-way bill is not required. Number one, when the consignment value is less than 50,000 rupees, except job work in other state and notified handicraft. Consignment value I am clarifying, let me be very clear, value without tax, basic value. In the consignment value, we don't need to add CGST, HGST, IGST or cess. In case of certain exempted item, where the central tax notification number 2 2017, it exempted. Transportation of specified goods, I don't require e-way bill. In case of movement in the notified areas, I don't require e-way bill. Like within the port, I am moving certain goods. Port, inside the port only, I don't require. Next, if I don't have a motorized conveyance, cycle, if I am taking a material on cycle, I don't require a e-way bill. So in case of non-motorized conveyance also, I don't require a e-way bill. I am walking and I am taking a goods of 10 lakh rupees. I don't require e-way bill because conveyance is not used. Where the goods are transported from port to custom station, right, or inland container depot for clearance by custom, when the custom is moving the goods, I don't require e-way bill. Where the consignee is within 10 kilometers, right, I don't require a e-way bill. So consignor, there is a separate limit. So in these cases, e-way bill is not required, right? So 138(4) has certain list of exempted item, like LPG for supply of household, like gas which is supplied to our houses, or non-domestic exempted category of customer, LPG cylinders, not requirement of e-way bill. Kerosene oil sold under public distribution system, PDS, no requirement of e-way bill. Posted baggage, like your post and all, letters, parcels and all, transported by Department of Post, not requirement of e-way bill. Natural pearls or precious or semi-precious items, you don't require to have a e-way bill. Jewelry goldsmith or silversmith wares or other article like jewelry, you don't require a UA bill. Transport of currency, currency who will transport? Banks will transport, RBI will transport, others will not transport. You don't require a UA bill. Used personal or household effect. I am shifting from this place, Hyderabad to Calcutta. I don't require an UA bill because I am shifting my personal or household effect. Coral, I don't require a UA bill. So these items I don't require an UA bill. Right? Now, legal provisions. Section 68 of CGST Act provides for inspection of goods in movement. Section 146 of CGST Act prescribes a common portal for UA bill. And Rule 138 will discuss in detail about Rule 138 very carefully. So Rule 138 defines about your UA bill. So Rule 138 has 14 sub-rules. 138A has 5 sub-rules, 138B has 3 sub-rules, 138C has 2 sub-rules, and 138D does not have a separate sub-rule. But don't get afraid, I will discuss about this all the sub-rules. So section Rule 138 says who will generate, when you will generate, and what are the items will transport will generate. Right? 138A says documents and devices for UA bill. 138B gives the power for verification of documents and verification of conveyance. 138C says inspection and verification of goods. Right? And 138D says if the vehicle is detained beyond 30 minutes, you can upload the grievance, but 30 minutes without giving any reasons. Right? So we'll see the rules in detail. Now 138(1). Who will generate an UA bill? So every registered person causing the movement of goods of consignment value exceeding 50,000 rupees for supply, other than supply, or purchase from unregistered person. So if I am a registered person purchasing from unregistered person and its taxable value is more than 50,000 rupees and the goods is taxable, I am required to generate UA bill. The registered person will generate. So they will generate part A, part B. There are two parts to it, part A and part B. We'll see part A and part B. So remember friends, 50,000 rupees is the threshold limit. Below 50, you may choose or you may not choose to generate a UA bill. Right? When will you generate? For supply. Supply means sale, interstate stock transfer and all. Other than supply, job work. Right? Within the same state transfer. If I am purchasing raw material from unregistered person, the registered person will generate. So recipient will generate. Right? Next. When will I generate? Supply. Other than supply means sales return, stock transfer, job work movement. Right? Supply can be sale, transfer of goods, barter or exchange, goods versus goods, or supply without consideration, even UA bill is required. So you don't need to say, okay, the consideration is not there, I will not generate UA bill. It is the value of goods, not the consideration. Payment is immaterial. Right? Next. Form GST EWB1 is the UA bill form. It has two parts. Part A, Part B. Part A is detail of consignment. Part B is transporter details. So what will happen is Part B transporter can also fill. Part A I can fill. Part B transporter can fill. When we'll go to the portal, we'll see. Number 2. EWB02. Consolidated UA bill generated by transporter. So what happens is I have 10 invoices, each value above 50,000 rupees. So I have generated 10 UA bills. But transporter will say, oh, I have difficulty in this managing 10 UA bills. What he will do is, he will provide the details of all 10 UA bill and he will generate a single consolidated UA bill. So consolidated UA bill will only be generated by transporter, not by a taxpayer. Now what happens? My vehicle is detained. So there is a detailed procedure given in the law for handling the matter by department. So what department will do is they will prepare a form called GST EWB03, which is an inspection report by proper officer. I am not going into detail of the procedural requirement of what the officer will fill, when they will fill, but as of now EWB03 to be filled by proper officer in case of inspection is done by him. Now what happens is you have a gate pass, you have a check post where the vehicle is detained for more than 30 minutes and the officer is not telling anything. You know, we all know why it is happening and all. I don't want to go into detail of that. So he is not telling anything. He said, keep the vehicle there, and he's not talking. In case 30 minutes is passed and then the officer is not telling any reason, you can go into e-way bill portal and generate EWB04. It means this will tell that the vehicle is detained without any reasons, and the trigger will go to the department, and then they will tell why the vehicle is detained. Or it's a kind of complaint mechanism which is there in the portal in case the vehicle is not released on time. Now this is how your e-way bill will look like, and there are 2 pages to it. I will come to both the pages. Start from one, Government of India e-way bill, right? Right, you have see a QR code. This QR code means department can directly scan this QR code and get all the details. So they will not see what is there and all, right? Left hand side you come. Number 1 e-way bill number 1312-3115-9370 means e-way bill number, 12 digit e-way bill number. Then write generated date, when it was generated, date and time. So 8th of July I generated this e-way bill, 8th of July at 12 p.m. Generated by, this is my GST number. Who has generated? Either supplier or recipient. So the GST number will be there. On the right hand side you see validity up to 9/7/2020. So we'll discuss in detail what is the validity of e-way bill, right? Again come to left hand side, mode of transport, road. So mode of transport is road. Approx distance. One is approx distance will be given by the system itself. When you give the pin code from and to pin code, system will tell you a approx distance. You can change the distance also. Next is type, outward and then supply. So outward, inward, supply and all that we'll see. Document detail, see tax invoice number, tax invoice date, and transaction type is regular. Transaction type is regular, right? Second is address detail, see from and to. It can also be shipped from, shipped to, right? So from and to, from Rohit Kumar Singh to unregistered URP, Rohit Singh, Telangana, and then address is given. Goods detail you see here, HSN code, product name and description, quantity, UQC means unit numbers, NOS. So 100 numbers, taxable amount 1 lakh rupees, tax rate is 6%. So read here C plus S plus I plus cess plus cess. So 6 plus 6 means CGST, SGST 6 because movement is from Telangana to Telangana. IGST any means not eligible. Then cess is 0. Taxable amount is 1 lakh rupees. CGST 6,000. SGST 6,000. IGST 0. Cess is 0. Total invoice value 1,12,000. But for the purpose of threshold of e-way bill, I'll only consider taxable value, not the total invoice value. Right? Next. Part B, transporter details. Right? So you see that for transporter details, this is I have used my own car. So transporter ID is nil. Transporter document number I have just put. There is no transporter document number. Date is 8/7 means 8/7 I am transporting. Vehicle number you see here. Mode of delivery road. Vehicle detail. TS my car number from Hyderabad. Enter date. So part A, part B I filled the same time. So 8/7/12 p.m. Entered by, see my GST number. CEWB means consolidated e-way bill. It means if I will generate consolidated e-way bill for multiple e-way bills, under each same e-way bill you will have CEWB number. And next is multi-vehicle information, means one invoice material is going into multiple vehicles. It will contain multi-vehicle info, right? Reasons for transport can be supply, export, import, job work, recipient not known, sales return, exhibition or fair, own use and others. Transport document number will be GRN, goods receipt number, railway receipt number, LR number, right? Bill of lading. Next, I have discussed certain movement scenario, friends. It is important to understand the scenarios. Number 1, I am a registered person and I am moving in my owned or hired conveyance and the consignment value is more than 50,000 rupees. Who is the responsible person for generation of UA bill? Registered person means I will generate. Which form I will generate? EWB01. Right? Second, I am sending the material for job work. Any value I will require a UA bill. In West Bengal, job work within the same state is exempted. So, state specific rules you have to see. Who will generate UA bill? Principal will generate under first proviso of sub rule 1 of section rule 138. If I am transporting certain handicraft, right, the unregistered person will generate UA bill for any value, right? So generating UA bill registration is not mandatory under GST Act. Then registered person is transporting goods, right, more than 50,000. It can be own conveyance, rail, air or vessel. Registered person, two registered person will generate UA bill, right? If UA bill is not generated under rule 4, number 4, and I have handed over the goods to transporter, right, and it is going in the transporter conveyance, UA bill can be generated by registered person or transporter. So registered person will fill part A, transporter will fill part B and generate UA bill. So what I will do is I will just fill part A and save it. Once I save it, I will get a temporary number and then I will give the temporary number to the transporter, or transporter can log in into the portal and see any UA bill pending for filling of part B, and then what he will do is he will fill part B and generate UA bill. Next, in any other case, if it is less than 50,000 rupees, it is optional, I need not fill. If the movement is caused by unregistered person, the unregistered person or transporter can generate UA bill if the value is more than 50,000 rupees. Registration can also be done based on PAN. You need not have a GST number. If the goods is transported from one place to other place in the same consignor consignee and the distance is less than 10 kilometers, part B is not required. So part B cannot be filled, or you need not fill part B. As a consignor or consignee, if I am transporting any goods by rail, air or vessel, consignor or consignee, anyone can fill UA bill, right? Next, unregistered person to registered person. So I am buying from someone and the supplier is unregistered. So and the value is or recipient is not known, then the registered person will generate UA bill, right? Transit vehicle. So from one vehicle to other vehicle I am shifting the material and the value is more than 50,000 rupees. Then transporter will generate, because transporter will only know the details of other vehicle. So he will update the part B details. He will update part B details, right? What happens many times is the transporter will take the goods and keep it in the warehouse, and from warehouse he will assign a different conveyance. In that case, part B I will not fill. I will just fill part A and give the goods to transporter. The transporter will later on fill part B once the vehicle number is allotted. What happens in case of multiple consignment in single conveyance? So I have a large tower which is of 100 tons and each vehicle will only take 15 tons. So I have 7 vehicles which is to be transported and each consignment is more than 50,000 rupees, right? Transporter will fill consolidated UA bill, right? He can generate a consolidated UA bill, right? If consignor consignee both have not generated, then it is the responsibility of transporter to generate UA bill, right? EWB01 part A or part B. Now, while you are shifting the goods, what is the document that you will carry? So the vehicle should have invoice, bill of supply or delivery number or invoice reference number generated on the portal, right? And this UA bill number can be physically or mapped through RFID. If the conveyance has RFID, then you can map through RFID also. Validity of UA bill per 100 kilometer 1 day and thereafter 1 additional day. Now what is day? Earlier it was 24 hours from the starting point to ending point. Now they have changed the rule. They have said counting of time means if I am generating UA bill now 8:51, so the and if the distance is less than 100 kilometers, so validity will be 8:51 today to 12 a.m. tomorrow, 11:59 a.m. tomorrow. So if the EWA bill is generated at 11:45 a.m. on 12 July, it shall be valid till 11:59 p.m. of 13th July 2020. It means ideally it is more than one day. Ideally it is more than one day. Now it can happen that I have generated a EWA bill and the supplier is saying I don't want to, recipient is saying I don't want the materials, but I have generated the EWA bill without informing him. What will happen is once I put the GST number of the recipient, he can go into his login and check if any EWA bill is generated on him or not. So in that case, what they can do is they can accept or reject the EWA bill. If you accept the EWA bill, it's fine. If you reject the EWA bill will become invalid. But this acceptance and rejection is to be done within 72 hours. And if the EWA bill is less than 72 hours, you have to do it before that, right? Next, in case of change of conveyance, so what happens is the vehicle gets breakdown. Practically, it will happen. So the transporter, supplier, or consignee, anyone can update part B. So part A will remain same, part B will be updated. What happens? The vehicle was 40 ton, and when I am shifting the material, now I am getting 10 ton vehicle only. So I have to generate 4 EWA bill. So if the EWA bill is already issued, I can generate EWB02 as a consolidated EWA bill. If it is not issued, transporter can generate a consolidated EWA bill. Cancellation of EWA bill, like in my case, what I have done is I have generated for dummy and I have cancelled. So if the goods are not transported, I can cancel within 24 hours from generation. After 24 hours, I cannot cancel. But if the materials have moved and it is verified by an officer in the midway, I cannot cancel my EWA bill after the verification is done, right? I can extend the EWA bill. So before the expiry of 8 hours, so if only 8 hours are remaining to expire, then I can extend the EWA bill further. When can I extend? So there is a lockdown, the vehicle is not moving, I'll extend. Even in case of no supply, I can issue EWA bill, like I told already, it is for job work, semi-knockdown or complete knockdown condition, the material is going, recipient is not known, supply of liquid gas where quantity I don't know, sales return, exhibition or fair I am sending the material, on my own use I am sending the material, like I have a maintenance contract where I have to move the machinery or goods for satisfaction of this maintenance contract or performance of this maintenance contract. In that case, I will use for my own use. Supply on approval basis or others, I can use the EWA bill or generate EWA bill even if there is no supply. In case of rejection, return or damage, what will happen? That the material has gone and the customer has rejected the material. Now customer is saying I am not going to give you a EWA bill or issue a document. In that case, what will happen is the recipient, the supplier only will generate a delivery challan and generate an EWA bill and show it as sales return or damage consignment, right? What happens if I don't fulfill the condition? So if the EWA bill is not issued in accordance with law, it will be seen as no EWA bill is issued, means contravention of rules. If the taxable person transport any goods without EWA bill, 10,000 penalty or tax evaded, whichever is greater. So department will have a penalty of 10,000 or tax whichever is earlier greater. If the any goods is stored in transit without any provision of this EWA bill or contravention of law, then all such goods or conveyance can be confiscated or detained or seized, right? Interception or verification, department has the power to verify the content on, or there is one more rule, if it is verified in one state, it will not be verified in that state again unless and until there is a specific information that this is used for evasion and they have somehow managed to get it verified. it can be re-verified again in the same state. If there is a delay in inspection, so the officers have asked for verification of goods, and they said, okay, you put it inside, and 1 hour, 2 hours pass, and they are not doing anything. So in case there is a delay, what you can do is you can fill form EWB04 in a common portal like e-way bill number, approximate location, period of detention. If you know the name of the officer, you can write, or you can leave it blank. Date and time, you can fill this EWB04, report of detention. Now friends, this is your e-way bill portal. What we'll do is I'll tell you the exact time when you will start this YouTube video. I'll tell you the time, then you start this YouTube video. I'll give you the narrative. I don't know, I am not in this session, so I made a specific video for that, right? So this is your menu. Main menu is your e-way bill, consolidated left hand side. I am starting consolidated e-way bill, reject, report, my master, user management, registration, update, grievance. So under e-way bill, so within e-way bill you have generate new, means generate new e-way bill, generate bulk e-way bill, update part B, update vehicle number in bulk e-way bill, change to multi vehicle where you have breakdown and all, extend the validity of e-way bill, update e-way bill of transporter, update e-way bill transporter bulk, cancel and print e-way bill. Third para, in case of consolidated e-way bill, you can generate consolidated e-way bill single, you can generate bulk, you can regenerate, and you can print also consolidated e-way bill, right? Then you have reject reports. So under reports you have masters. Next page you will see reports. Under master you will have product master, client master, supplier master, transport master. This will help you to fill the e-way bill fast. If you have made the masters, you can fill the e-way bill fast, right? Next you see here reports, right? So under reports, under my reports, you have outward supply, inward supply, consolidated e-way bill generated by me, cancelled e-way bill, report of cancelled e-way bill, rejected e-way bills, assigned for transporters. I have filled part A only, part B will be done by transporter. Pending for part B e-way bill, which is pending, transporter did not fill it. Document number information, and e-way bill about to expire. In next 8 hours, how many e-way bills are expiring, right? Other e-way bill report I have generated by others, rejected e-way bill by others, and assigned to me for transport, right? Master report, I can have my reports on masters, product master, customer master, supplier master, your distance master and all, right? Summary report I can have date wise. Only 8 days you can generate this summary report, 8-day interval, right? Under master you will have product master, client master, supplier master, transporter master. Under user management, what will happen is, now this is very useful friends. You have in one state, you have 5 locations, and you are operating under shift. But then if you generate a wrong e-way bill, whom you will give the responsibility? Who has generated, you don't know, because you have a single login. What you can do is, within that single login, you can assign different login to different persons. Like unit 1 you can have 2 persons, unit 2 you can have 3 persons, unit 3 you can have 2 persons, so that you can create sub user, right? And you can give specific right like print of e-way bill only, right? Like that. Registration, you can register for your SMS, you can register for mobile, means app you can register, GSP through you can register, you can take API also. Update as transporter or taxpayer. So if you are a taxpayer, you want to update yourself as transporter, you can do it. My GSTN from CP, I'll show it to you in a practical manner. So this is how the e-way bill will look like. I have already shown, right? We'll see the video friends. This is how you will generate the e-way bill. Right, there is a sample e-way bill generated which we have already seen in the portal only. Thank you for watching our video, and we hope that you enjoyed this learning series GST with Tax Marvel. And don't forget to share, like and subscribe our videos, and do also tell your friends or colleagues who want to make their career in GST or want to get updated on GST aspects. Thank you friends. Thank you.